we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter. This coin has a unique place in American history, and believe it or not, some rare versions are worth a small fortune. Stick around, because you'll want to know what makes these quarters so valuable, and how you might be able to spot one in your own collection. The year was 1967, and the United States was in the midst of major cultural shifts. But it was also a critical time for the coin collecting community. Just 2 years earlier, in 1965, the U.S. Mint had stopped using silver in its quarters, replacing it with a copper-nickel blend due to rising silver costs. That's why the 1967 quarter has no silver content, and also why it's considered a no-mint mark coin. During this period, the U.S. Mint suspended mint marks on all its coins to deter coin hoarding during the coinage shortage. So, if you find a quarter from 1967 with no mint mark, that's completely normal for the time. Now, let's talk about the design. The obverse, or front side, of the coin features the iconic bust of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. The reverse shows an American eagle with wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows, a classic image of strength and patriotism. The 1967 quarter carries the same design elements used since 1932. So, what makes a 1967 no-mint mark quarter worth more than just 25 cents? While most of these quarters are quite common, rare versions with certain errors can be highly valuable. Let's go over some of the most valuable ones to look out for. First up, the double die error. This error happens when the coin is struck more than once, creating a doubling effect on certain details of the design. Look closely at the words Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1967. If you notice any doubling on these parts, you might have a rare version of this quarter. Coins with significant doubling can be worth several $1,000s, especially in high-grade conditions. Next, let's talk about high-grade quarters. Most coins in circulation get banged up and show signs of wear, but if you have a 1967 quarter in exceptional, mint-state condition, meaning it looks as good as the day it was made, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to collectors. High-grade coins are rated on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A 1967 quarter in MS-67 or MS-68 condition is considered rare, and that's where the big money comes in. Another rarity to look out for is the 1967 SMS, or Special Mint Set Quarter ***. These were struck with a higher quality finish and were only available in a limited number of sets. Because of their rarity and the higher quality of their strike, these SMS quarters can be quite valuable. If you have one in mint condition, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from hundreds to even thousands of dollars, depending on demand. So if you've got some old quarters lying around, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. You could be holding on to a piece of history, or even a valuable treasure. And remember, finding a high-grade 1967 quarter with a unique error is like hitting the jackpot. These coins are sought after by collectors all around the world, and they'll pay big bucks for the right one. Now, before we wrap up, here are a few tips if you're looking to sell your rare coin. 1. Always get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will give potential buyers confidence in its authenticity and value. 2. Consider listing it in online auctions or coin marketplaces, where collectors actively search for rare coins. 3. And most importantly, enjoy the hunt and the thrill of finding valuable coins. We're diving into the 1971 D-Mint Mark Washington quarter. Could one of these coins in your collection actually be worth millions of dollars? Let's find out. First, let's go back to 1971. It was a year marked by major events like the end of the gold standard under President Nixon and the beginning of the 70s pop culture boom. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint was busy producing millions of quarters for circulation. In particular, the Denver Mint, identified by the D-Mint mark, struck over 250 million of these quarters in 1971. Now, as you probably know, most quarters from this era were made with a copper-nickel blend rather than silver. This makes the standard 1971 D quarter fairly common and not particularly valuable. But, as with many coins, there are always exceptions. There are rare errors and unique qualities that can transform a common coin into one that collectors would pay a fortune for. So, what makes certain 1971 D quarters so valuable? One key factor is errors. There are some error coins from the 1971 D quarters that have sold for incredibly high prices. Let's talk about a few errors that have really driven up the value of these coins in auctions. This type of error is a collector's dream. A doubled die error happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing certain details like the date, letters, or mint mark to appear doubled. If you come across a 1971 D quarter with this kind of doubling on the obverse, or front side, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Another error to look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not correctly aligned during the minting process, resulting in an unevenly stamped image. The more off-center it is, the higher the potential value. While these can vary widely in price, a well-preserved off-center error could still fetch a great price. Lastly, there's the rare possibility of a transitional or planchet error. Though the odds are incredibly low, there have been instances where quarters were struck on incorrect metal blanks or planchets, giving them a unique color and weight. In some cases, this has added a tremendous amount of value to a coin. So, what's the real value of a rare 1971 D quarter? Regular, uncirculated 1971 D quarters can sell for around $20 to $50, depending on their condition and grading. But if you find one with an error, especially one in high grade, it can sell for significantly more. In fact, coins with major errors, or those graded exceptionally high by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. While there aren't currently any reports of these specific quarters reaching millions, as more collectors enter the market, the value of rare and unique coins could very well climb even higher. Make sure it's a Denver Mint with the D mark under the date. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubled letters, numbers, or off-center strikes. Authentic quarters from this time should weigh about 5.67 grams. If it's noticeably lighter or heavier, you may have something special. For any rare-looking or error coins, consider having them professionally graded to determine their authenticity and potential value. While most 1971 D quarters are worth their face value, the potential for valuable errors makes it worth a closer look. Who knows? That ordinary-looking quarter you have in your pocket or collection could be worth thousands someday, or even more as the market continues to grow. We're diving into the story of a coin that might surprise you, the 1978 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. Believe it or not, this coin could be worth millions of dollars under the right circumstances. Stay tuned to learn why. The Washington quarter was first minted back in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. But by 1978, the coin had become a staple of American currency. Produced at the Denver Mint, this particular quarter from 1978 features the iconic bust of George Washington on the obverse, with the majestic eagle on the reverse. These quarters are made from a copper-nickel blend. They're not silver, but they are still beloved by collectors today. Now, what makes this coin unique? First, the D Mint mark signifies that this quarter was minted in Denver. In 1978, around 287 million of these quarters were produced at the Denver Mint, so it's not rare in terms of mintage numbers. But, and this is a big but, there are certain qualities in a small number of these coins that collectors will pay top dollar for. Collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for coins in asterisk mint condition or coins that have unique errors. Quarters with mint errors, such as doubling, off-centering, or die cracks, can be especially valuable. Additionally, coins that have managed to stay in pristine condition, meaning no wear and tear, are highly sought after by collectors. So, how does a 1978 D Mint Mark quarter go from being worth 25 cents to potentially worth millions? Well, let's dive into some key factors. For one, there are perfect grade coins, which have earned a flawless MS-70 grade from grading companies like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. This grade is almost impossible to achieve because it means the coin has zero imperfections. If a 1978 D quarter with this grade surfaces, collectors will pay a premium for it. Another reason these coins can skyrocket in value is the presence of rare minting errors. For example, if a 1978 D quarter has a major doubling error, like doubled letters or numbers, or an off-center strike that's dramatic, the coin becomes far more valuable to collectors. While most errors aren't going to make the coin worth millions on their own, a combination of these rare features in an exceptionally preserved quarter could potentially make a single coin extremely valuable. In fact, the rarer the error and the better the condition, the higher the auction prices these coins can fetch. Does it have any signs of wear? Coins without scratches, nicks, or discoloration are far more valuable. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the lettering or numbers, as well as other errors like off-centering or die cracks. If you think you have a valuable coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service for certification. PCGS and NGC are the most reputable grading companies, and their assessment can give your coin credibility in the collector's market. So, what's the actual market value? A regular 1978 D quarter in circulated condition may not fetch much more than its face value. However, high-grade or error coins from this year have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction, and there are rare cases where a truly exceptional coin has fetched millions. If you think your coin could be one of these, it's worth checking out recent auction records for coins in similar condition or with comparable errors. Who knew that a quarter could hold such potential? While it's rare for a 1978 D quarter to be worth millions, there are some incredible coins out there just waiting to be discovered. So the next time you get a quarter in your change, don't overlook it. You might just have a piece of hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and leave a comment if you have any questions about other coins. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! We're uncovering the story behind a 1981 Washington quarter that just might be worth a small fortune. Yes, you heard that right. Could this common coin be worth millions? Stick around as we explore the history, unique features, and potential value of the 1981 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. First, let's take a quick look at the Washington quarter's history. Introduced in 1932, the Washington quarter was created to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse features the profile of Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, while the reverse originally displayed an eagle with outstretched wings. Over the years, the quarter has gone through various changes, but the 1981 version has something unique that makes it a potential treasure. So, what's so special about the 1981 P quarter? For one, this coin was minted in Philadelphia and bears a P Mint mark on the obverse side, just above the date. While this might seem like any other quarter at first glance, certain editions of this coin have rare errors and varieties that collectors seek out. The P Mint mark was first introduced on quarters in 1980, so 1981 is just the second year with this distinguishing feature. But there's more to it than just the mint mark. Coins minted in 1981, like others from this era, have known varieties and errors that can increase their value significantly. Some of the most valuable include double die errors, where certain design elements, like Washington's profile or lettering, appear doubled. There are also a few off-center strikes and other striking errors that make these coins one of a kind. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these rare variations, and some of the most pristine error coins have fetched high prices at auctions. Show images of graded coins with MS, mint state, labels, especially MS 65 and higher. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. The 1981 P quarter, in mint state or uncirculated condition, can be quite valuable. Quarters graded MS 65 or higher are especially sought after. Coins in lower grades, such as those with visible wear or scratches, won't reach the same high values. But those rare, perfectly preserved coins? They can sell for impressive sums. Overlay text with estimated values based on condition, e.g., MS 65, $500 to $1,000, error coin, $10,000 plus, with an emphasis on potential millions. So, let's get to the big question. How much is a 1981 P Washington quarter worth? While most 1981 quarters in circulation today might only be worth their face value, certain high-grade or era coins can be incredibly valuable. A 1981 P quarter in top condition can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And rare era coins? They can fetch tens of thousands, and yes, even reach that magical $1 million mark at auction if the coin is truly exceptional and has the right kind of buyer. Think you might have a 1981 P quarter with potential? Start by checking any old change you have lying around. Look for a strong, clear P mint mark and carefully examine the coin for any signs of errors, like doubling on the obverse design. If you think you've found something special, consider getting it professionally graded to find out just how valuable it might be. We're talking about a quarter from the early 80s that most people might overlook, the 1983 P mint mark Washington quarter dollar. But did you know that this common-looking coin could be worth millions of dollars? Stay tuned to learn why this coin is so unique, its history, and what makes it so valuable. First, let's talk a little bit about the 1983 quarter itself. This coin is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932. The Washington Quarter was created to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. In 1983, the Philadelphia Mint produced a staggering 67 million quarters. With such a high mintage, you might wonder how any of these coins could be worth millions. The answer lies in a combination of factors, including historical context, errors, and collector demand. So why is the 1983 quarter so special? First, let's go back to the early 1980s. The United States was experiencing an economic recession, and the demand for coins was very high. The U.S. Mint was focused on pumping out coins to meet the nation's needs, often sacrificing quality in favor of quantity. This rush meant that many 1983 quarters ended up with significant errors and minting flaws. Additionally, no uncirculated or proof sets were made for quarters that year, making high-quality 1983 quarters very difficult to find today. Error coins from 1983 are some of the most valuable. Let's go over a few of the rare errors that collectors are searching for. One major error to look out for is doubling on the reverse side, particularly on the eagle's wings and tail feathers. These coins can sometimes fetch thousands at auction due to the rarity of finding them in excellent condition. Another unique aspect is the weak strike error, where the details appear faint or worn, even though the coin hasn't been circulated much. This error can be caused by worn-out dies at the mint and can add significant value. Now, let's talk about those incredible auction prices. While not every 1983 P mint mark quarter will be worth millions, coins that are in top-grade condition, with specific errors, have indeed fetched massive amounts at auction. One recent sale saw an MS-67 graded 1983 quarter going for over $10,000. However, collectors speculate that in the future, especially for coins with rare doubling errors, prices could potentially reach millions as demand increases and the supply of high-quality examples diminishes. Look closely for any signs of doubling, especially on the reverse side. Use a magnifying glass to get a better view. Higher-grade coins are more valuable. If your quarter looks almost brand new with minimal wear, it's worth checking the grade. If you suspect you have a high-quality 1983 quarter, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Professional grading can significantly increase the coin's market value. Before you go rummaging through your change, remember that the 1983 P quarter is valuable because of its historical significance, rarity, and condition. If you're a collector, this is one coin you definitely want to keep an eye out for. And who knows? You might just come across a hidden gem that could be worth millions in the future. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1994 P mint mark Washington quarter. At first glance, it may look like any other quarter, but certain versions of this coin could actually be worth a fortune, possibly even millions. If you're a collector or just someone who enjoys learning about rare and valuable coins, make sure to stick around until the end to find out what makes this quarter so special and how you could spot one yourself. But before we get into all the details, Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on valuable coins and hidden treasures. Let's start with a little bit of history. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, became so iconic that it remained on the coin for over 65 years before the U.S. Mint introduced the state quarters in 1999. Fast forward to 1994. That year, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 825 million Washington quarters with the P Mint mark. Although that sounds like a high number, only a handful of these quarters are believed to be worth a significant amount of money, due to unique errors, rare varieties, and certain high-grade specimens. So, what makes this coin so valuable? The key factors come down to rarity, condition, and any errors or unique features. There are a few things to look out for. Coins in near-perfect condition can fetch a premium. The 1994 P quarter in high grades, especially those graded MS-67 or MS-68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, are incredibly rare. This makes them highly desirable for collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. While most 1994 quarters are only worth their face value, certain minting errors can make them much more valuable. Keep an eye out for double die errors, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. Errors like these can transform a standard 25-cent coin into one worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. In extremely rare cases, quarters may have a proof-like finish, even though they weren't officially minted as proof coins. These proof-like finishes occur due to unusually high-quality dyes used in the production process, giving the coin a mirror-like shine. If you come across a 1994 P Washington quarter with a proof-like appearance, you may have stumbled upon something extraordinary. Look for quarters in near-perfect condition. Coins with no visible wear, bright luster, and sharp details have a much higher chance of being valuable. If you think you have one in pristine condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it officially graded. Use a magnifying glass to closely examine your coin. Look for any anomalies such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual characteristics. Error coins often have distinct features that are noticeable upon close inspection. If the coin has a deep mirror finish with highly reflective surfaces, it may have a proof-like appearance. While these are extremely rare, they can significantly increase the coin's value. Typically hold only face value, about 25 cents. An MS-67 or MS-68 can be worth anywhere from $500 to $2,000. This is where things get exciting. Certain era coins or coins with a proof-like finish could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, or even more, depending on the rarity and demand. And if you're one of the lucky few who happens to find a truly unique 1994 P quarter, you could be looking at a coin worth a small fortune, potentially even in the millions. Some rare quarters have sold for incredible sums at auctions, so never underestimate the potential value of your pocket change. We're diving into a fascinating coin from recent history, the 1997 D Washington quarter. Most people may overlook this coin in their pocket change, but did you know certain varieties of this coin can be worth a fortune? That's right. We're talking about some 1997 D Mint mark quarters that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. Let's start with a quick background. The Washington quarter has been an iconic part of American currency since 1932, originally minted to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. But let's fast forward to 1997 when this specific quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, designated by the D Mint mark. Now, while the coin is primarily made from a copper-nickel alloy, it's not the metal content but rather unique errors and variations that make certain 1997 D quarters so valuable. Stick around as we talk about what to look for and why these coins are generating buzz in the collector community. So, what makes some 1997 D quarters worth much more than 25 cents? The answer lies in minting errors. A few 1997 D quarters have some fascinating errors, including double die errors, off-center strikes, and die cracks. Let's break down these terms. A double die error happens when the coin is struck twice, causing a noticeable doubling effect, often on details like the lettering or Washington's profile. This is a rare and highly sought-after feature among collectors. Off-center strikes, on the other hand, occur when the coin isn't centered properly during minting, resulting in an uneven look. If you come across a 1997 D quarter with these features, don't spend it. Coins with these errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the condition and rarity. Now you're probably wondering, how much are we talking about? Well, in recent years, some 1997 D quarters with unique minting errors have been auctioned for impressive amounts. For instance, pristine versions with major errors and high-grade certifications from companies like PCGS or NGC have fetched up to $10,000 or more. That's right, tens of thousands for a single quarter. The value of these coins skyrockets because they are a collector's dream. These errors and unique features make them rare gems in the world of coin collecting. Okay, so here's what you need to look for. First, examine the coin under a magnifying glass to spot any doubling, especially on the date, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." Next, check the alignment. Does the design appear off-center? Finally, inspect for any unusual marks or cracks in the metal that may indicate a die crack. To be sure, you may want to get your coin graded by a professional service. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and provide a value estimate for your coin. So, could you have a 1997 D quarter worth thousands sitting in your change jar? It's possible. These rare coins have intrigued collectors and generated substantial interest, making them one of the most sought-after modern quarters. Before you spend that next quarter, take a moment to examine it. Who knows, you might just have a valuable piece of history in your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and hidden treasures, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below if you've ever found an unusual coin. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Here's a script outline for a YouTube video about the 2000p mint mark $quarter coin, covering its history and potential value. Let's dive into what makes this coin interesting, including its background, unique features, and what might make it worth millions. Did you know a simple 2000p $quarter coin could be worth a small fortune? Stick around as we uncover the surprising history of this coin, its unique features, and why some of these quarters are valued in the millions. The 2000p $quarter is part of the State Quarters program, which was one of the most popular coin series in U.S. history. These quarters feature designs representing the 50 states, released over a decade, and the year 2000 was particularly memorable as it marked the beginning of the new millennium. On the front, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington. The P mint mark right next to it signifies that it was minted in Philadelphia. And of course, each of these coins displays a unique state on the reverse side. Coins from the year 2000 showcase states like New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, and Virginia. But not every 2000p quarter is created equal. For coin collectors, a few factors can skyrocket a coin's value: rarity, condition, and error features. Even though millions of these quarters were produced, specific coins can become exceptionally valuable due to unique errors or minting anomalies. In rare cases, some 2000p quarters have known errors. One of the most famous is the spitting horse error, found on the Delaware quarter. This happens when a die crack appears, making it look like Caesar Rodney's horse is spitting, a fascinating defect that collectors love. Some error quarters are so rare that collectors have paid thousands, and there's even talk of them reaching the $1 million mark. Step-by-step shots of how to identify and assess the value of these quarters. * narrator. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 2000p quarter? First, examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for unique features or errors. Is the design off-center? Is there any doubling in the text? Errors like these are often the key to a coin's high value. Next, check the coin's condition. Coins that are uncirculated or in mint condition, meaning they look almost as pristine as the day they were made, are worth a lot more. If you think you have a special coin, consider getting it professionally graded. A high-grade 2000p quarter with an error or in superb condition could be worth big money, even reaching into the millions if it's one of the rarest. Let's say you found one of these rare 2000p quarters. How do you go about selling it? Your best bet is a reputable auction house or a trusted online marketplace. Top coins often attract the attention of major collectors who are willing to pay a premium for a piece of history. These auction sales have seen certain rare quarters sell for hundreds of thousands, and in a few cases, even breaking the $1 million mark. It's always recommended to do your research and consult with coin experts who can guide you through the process. The 2000p quarter dollar may look like any other coin, but if you find one with unique features or in perfect condition, you could have a treasure in your pocket. So next time you're sorting through loose change, keep an eye out. You never know if you might stumble upon a coin worth a fortune. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our. We're uncovering the fascinating story of the 2016p mint mark quarter dollar coin, and why this seemingly ordinary coin can be worth big bucks. 2016 was a memorable year for many reasons. For the US Mint, it marked the continuation of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, a coin program started in 2010 to showcase the national parks and historic sites from each state, DC, and US territories. But the 2016 series included a few surprises that have made certain coins incredibly valuable today. Now you may wonder, what makes these 2016p mint mark quarters valuable? Well, in coin collecting, there are a few factors that drive up the value of a coin. These include rarity, historical significance, errors, and sometimes, a perfect storm of these elements. Some 2016p quarters have been found with mint errors, which coin collectors absolutely love. These errors can be double dies, misalignments, or planchet issues, where the coin is struck on the wrong metal. With only a handful of such error coins making it out of the mint, they become highly sought after, raising their value from a few cents to sometimes thousands or even millions. Show a close-up of an error coin, such as a misaligned strike, and then transition to footage of an auction. In fact, some rare error coins from this series have sold for impressive amounts at auction. A pristine condition 2016p mint mark quarter with a unique error could fetch thousands of dollars if authenticated and graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC. If you're lucky enough to own one of these, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Grading your coin can greatly increase its value. Top grading agencies like PCGS and NGC can confirm if your coin has unique features or errors that could make it highly valuable. Sometimes, it's worth spending a little money to certify and protect a coin that could be worth a small fortune. So, there you have it. The story behind the 2016p mint mark quarter dollar coin and why it could be worth millions. If you're a collector or just someone with a little spare change, it's worth checking your pocket for one of these valuable treasures. You never know, that loose change in your pocket could change your life. We're diving into an exciting topic, the 2017p mint mark quarter dollar coin. You might be wondering, what makes this coin so special, and why are some of them worth millions of dollars? Let's explore its fascinating history and value. First, let's talk about the mint mark itself. The P stands for Philadelphia, where this coin was minted. In 2017, the US Mint produced a unique batch of quarters featuring a special design. This was the first time since 1931 that the Philadelphia Mint included a mint mark on the quarter dollar. This decision was made to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the US Mint and was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. The 2017p quarter dollar features the classic image of George Washington on the front. On the reverse side, you'll find a stunning depiction of the effigy of the iconic George Washington crossing the Delaware River, a symbol of American resilience. The design is rich in detail and reflects the historical significance of this moment in U.S. history. Now, let's get to the exciting part, value. While most 2017p quarters are worth just 25 cents, certain ones can be worth significantly more, especially those that are in pristine condition. Coin collectors are particularly interested in coins graded as MS-66 or higher, which can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s, depending on their condition and the demand at the time. However, some rare 2017 P quarters have sold for astronomical prices at auctions. One example fetched over $1 million. These specific coins typically have unique errors or are part of limited edition collections that attract serious collectors. Coins with double strikes, off-center strikes, or other minting errors can be worth a lot more. Use a magnifying glass to examine for scratches, wear, and overall quality. Coins in mint condition are more valuable. Consider sending your coin to a professional grading service for a certified evaluation. Connecting with fellow collectors can provide valuable insights and opportunities. Keep up with coin shows and auctions. You never know when a valuable piece will show up. Keep track of your coins, their conditions, and their values to help you make informed decisions.